Hello everybody, how are you? Just going to go over a couple grooves in kind of a linear style. That's sort of a style, obviously, not everybody can get away with this style, but I actually would like to just take a glimpse in the style of, kind of close to Garibaldi, Mike Clark, those types of players, but these are grooves that I have developed partially because I like them, love them, and partially in bands that I've worked with over the years. So hopefully these are kind of helpful. I'm going to play a couple different examples, relatively slow, and see if we can, unmystify a few of these types of grooves. Now, when I say linear, the hand patterns are generally in a linear fashion, which means one source at a time, so there's never a double. But I do play with a lot of these types of feels, somewhat of a New Orleans type of bass drum or Bayonne type of Latin feel. So let's take number one. Number one is simply, we're going to come up with a phrase, like a two-measure phrase that's going to be a right-hand lead type of thing, which will sound something like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Next is to somewhat fill in the left hand until the phrase is complete. So it's okay, so once the hand pattern is developed, we can move this in different places. You could play a quarter note on the bass drum, play a cowbell in the left hand. That's just one idea. If you were playing like a real heavy quarter note feel, that might be something fun to play. This example will just play something like a New Orleans type of bass drum and start off real slowly. That's the first one. Without spending a lot of time, I'd like to kind of move on to some different ideas that might be helpful for you in the future, or just developing some of these grooves. So that's number one. Number two would be, let's see, and don't forget, you can, once you get these, it doesn't have to stay here. Again, you can mix these up. You can cowbells, toms, different things to orchestrate these a little bit different. So number two is just, let's 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is just kind of another pattern. The only thing I would point out here is I did add some double strokes on the 1 E, 2 E, 3 I opened up the and. So these are just orchestrations that you can come with on your own, open hi-hats, accenting patterns that might be different. So let's play this one again a little more. We'll start off slowly, maybe take it up to speed. Let's try, this is another one that I came up with. I'll just play the groove slow instead of getting into the whole process again, but this is something I kind of came up with, you know, I remember it was kind of a real funky, it's a real kind of funky tune, but it really had some, the main theme was that. And I kind of just came up with, at the time, I was just really into Garibaldi and that kind of thing. So I tried to go up with something that felt good, wasn't too complex, but made the tune feel good. So let me play this real slow. Now, one thing I'll point out is when we played the 4, E, and 1, sort of a Swiss Army triplet. Garibaldi was sort of famous with stuff like that, soul vaccination, that type of stuff. But it's so I don't want to overuse that. I use it at the very tail end of this. So again, let me play the groove again if you're real slow. That was about the speed that the tune was at, and it's a great tune. We recorded with a band called the Shakers, and man, that was a fun tune. But anyway, let me move on to just a couple more, and this should give you a pretty good idea. A lot of these are just real fun things that I've taken from the Syncopation book, page 37, the infamous page 37. I think it's actually 38 now with the new print edition, but. Yeah, these are fun things to do. I might take 2-measure phrase because they're written in 1/8 notes and condense them into like a 16th note pattern, make them into 2 patterns. But they're real fun to work with. It takes you from the very beginning of developing these grooves to like, you know, orchestrations, open hi-hats, different sound sources. And then, you know, keep a log of it because a lot of these things, even though I'm playing them here for right now, you know, a lot of these things can be... Again, I'm not going to get away with this on a top 40 gig, obviously, but given my style and the band that I play in my group, I can get away with some of this stuff, and it's real fun to play. So let's do a couple more. I'm going to attempt a few that I haven't played in a while. Here's another one that's kind of a fun one. Maybe incorporate the toms towards the end of the measure. This is just... Playing it now would sound good with a quarter note. more sense to me. This is probably about 15, 20 years ago, so that one actually sounded pretty cool. Maybe I'll get that one together for my group. Let me give you one more. This one kind of starts on the end, as I'm looking at it. The hand figure is 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, So hopefully that helps you. There's some fun ideas to work on, and remember, just have fun. Thanks a lot.